ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi ẹ káàsán mo kí wa níbikíbi tí ẹ bá wà. Ṣé rí fídíò tí mo fẹ́ fi hàn yín Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former president of Nigeria, ẹ wá gbọ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ. Tí a bá ń sọ fún yín wípé àwọn United Kingdom, àwọn United States of America wọ́n ní ọwọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá ní Nàìjíríà, bí àwọn Boko Haram bó ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn, gbogbo ẹlẹ́gbọ́n nínú fọ́nrán yìí. Mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ farabalẹ̀ ni, kẹ́ wá nǹkan fìdílé, kẹ́ fi ìdílé nǹkan, kẹ́ wo fọ́nrán ìtàn, kẹ́ dẹ̀ bá wa share bẹ́ ṣe ń wò wá. Ẹ bá wa share, tí ẹ bá ti tẹ̀lé wa, ẹ lọ tẹ̀lé wa, ẹ subscribe sórí ìkànnì wa. A ti ṣèpinnu pé a máa mú wá fún yín ní ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan èjèèjì. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ kí ẹ gbọ́ ohun tí Jonathan ohun tó sọ ní orí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Boko Haram. Ẹ rí wípé láti ìgbà tí mú àwọn mélòó lẹ ti gbọ́ pé Tinubu ti ní kó lọ persecute. Àwọn mélòó lẹ ti gbọ́ pé wọ́n mú wọn pa wọ́n. The only thing tí ẹ máa gbọ́ òun náà ni pé kẹ́ máa gbọ́ pé repentant Boko Haram. Àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ máa gbọ́ òun làwọn wọ̀nyí, òun làwọn nǹkan tí ẹ máa gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn. Bó ṣe rí nìyẹn, ṣé ẹ bá ṣe dákẹ́, ṣé bá ṣe káwọ́jọ tá a máa wò wọ́n náà lélẹ́yìí. Àṣírí yín ti ń tú. Ṣé rántí, ṣé gbàgbé pé arákùnrin kan jáde ó sọ̀rọ̀, òyìnbó ni ó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà nígbà kan sẹ́yìn. Mi ò ní fẹ́ ká fàágùn jìnnà jù. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ wá gbọ́ nǹkan tí Ebele Jonathan tó sọ. Thank you for bringing.
Nigerians, watch this video. This man is your former president, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Pay attention to him because he has something important to reveal to you. And this is really what you need to know. The United States and the United Kingdom have been destabilizing Nigeria. And they have been using the Muslims to destroy the country. They have been using the Muslims to destabilize the country, to create insecurity, to create chaos all over the country. And most especially, they are using the Fulanis. The United States are the main player doing this. And they keep doing it, creating panic and fear in our leaders. All our leaders are ruling with fear because they don't know what will happen next. This is a very interesting matter that you don't have to ignore. Pay attention very carefully. Our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, don't have the right even to caution Boko Haram in the north. He never sent the soldiers to go and overwhelm the Boko Haram and kill them. No. Even he plead with them. He negotiates with them. So why all those things are happening? Have you ever asked yourself why? They have been a controlling power ruling Nigeria. Our president, our leaders, they are ruling with fear and panic because they don't know what will happen next. Listen to President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. This man have a lot of secrets to reveal to you. And at the end of this video, you will learn a lot. Don't forget to like this video, share, and follow us for more. Thank you and God bless you.
Maybe because some Americans had done, this group of Americans that predicted that Nigeria was going to disintegrate within that period. So whether people were working to ensure that their prediction manifests, I don't know. But there was a significant show of interest. American
Secretary of State?
Secretary of State don't visit the country at the eve of elections, traditionally, because they want to keep away, even if they're interested, they don't want to be seen as directly manipulating the electoral process. But before the elections, America, the State House, sent for some, northern governors to have a meeting in the US to discuss the Nigerian election. And of course, Nigerian election, we have North and South divide, Christian-Muslim divide. They invited the northern governors that are Muslims. The Christians were not invited to the US. And the Secretary of State came directly into the country to have various meetings. I don't see, as a president of Nigeria, for me to engage with America for a fight. It's not going to be necessary. It will affect my citizens and so on. So, but we saw the significant external interest, and you saw what was happening in the country. I wouldn't want to go further than this. Maybe when I publish my biography, I'll go a little more than this. There are certain things that were happening. So, of course, you will know the results long time before it will be announced, even before it will be brought to the center for that you already know. And that is why these days, even the last election in Ghana, the vice president congratulated Mahama even before, because you know their results and so on. So He knew where they were going, and I know that the country was tense. I know, maybe because of the statements made by Buhari himself when he said both the baboon and the dog will be soaked in blood. So young people were kind of mobilized to the level of frenzy to cause maximum violence if people don't get what they want. People were announcing, okay, they will run a parallel government and so on. But those doesn't bother me. But since I was the president of the country, and I also know that even in the Niger Delta, people were also ready to fight back, even though there are not many. But I know they could cause maximum damage, because if the Niger Delta people are going to fight, instead of fight, they will not fight human beings, they will fight oil installations. And it will cause maximum damage to the country, which I don't think it was. So from within that period, a lot of things were going through my head. The brain process so many things per second, and until you are into that kind of a situation, then you know how many things get through your brain every second. And I reflected back. As a president, I worked with a very strong economic team. People like Ngozi, who was the finance minister and the coordinating minister of the economy, Aganga, who was the trade and investment minister, the Dr. who was doing very well in agriculture. So we have done very well. We encourage people to come and invest in the country. And Nigeria was the number one country for foreign direct investment in Africa then. And our economy was. So when I have encouraged people, in most cases when Aganga make arrangements, when we travel, I used to address investors before I hand over to him. So my face was seen as the face driving the economy of the country. And I looked through that if we have maximum crisis, all these people that have encouraged to come and invest in Nigeria, they will lose their money and so on. Besides the fact that people will die. In fact, I had in a good authority how so many houses in Abuja would have been burnt if things have gone a particular way. But even if I had won the election genuinely, yes, I had no problem. But since they manipulated the process and they are announcing figures that I was the president of the country, I'm not the one to doubt the results of INEC that appointed the people. So it will look silly for me because I appointed the people. So I said, well, it is my fault. So I will not want the country and investors to suffer. Wow. So the best thing to do was for me to announce the result, not to allow INEC to announce the result. Because if I allow INEC to announce the results, the over-jubilation, they could do havoc to some parts. So while waiting, I announced the results. That was why I made that friend call. It was to announce the result, even though they were still collating. But I said, let me announce the result. And I remember that day in the sitting room, I was there. I know Minister Ngozi was there. Some ministers were there, some of my aides were there. And people were talking, the waitings are going, the different options. Yes. But I was just listening because as the head of state then, I was more interested in the security of the country. I was not too much interested about the fate of Jonathan after the election. That it didn't bother me that much. But how will Nigeria still be peaceful until the next government take over? So I didn't participate in the conversation that much. But people were saying different things. People were saying different things, but I was listening. Then at the time, I just left them. Then I just moved into my study, which is opens to the other part of the city room. I didn't tell anybody. I just stood up, went there. Then I called Buhari. So when I came back, they were still talking. Then I said, gentlemen and young ladies, look, it's over. I've congratulated Buhari.
Wow.
They say, have you congratulated? I said, yes. So the talking should end. So one of my ministers then was there, Chidoka. Osita, he was the Minister of Aviation then. And I said, okay, you've congratulated Buhari. I said, yes. So, okay, can I tweet it? I said, okay, go on. And so he was the person who tweeted it. So immediately he tweeted it. It went viral.
Wow.
Then, of course, so I announced the result. And it was better for me that I didn't. I took the responsibility of announcing the result to make sure that nobody should do excessive celebration. So that's what happened, my young lady.
This video out. Ẹ ṣeun gan, òun náà lẹ gbọ́ yẹn. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ brother yìí. Brother tí ó gbé fídíò jáde, àwa náà ní ká yá lò náà ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bó ṣe rí náà nìyẹn, ká bá wọn kí ẹnu bọ̀, ká bá wọn gbẹ́nu sí. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́ pọ̀, ká gbára wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn. Kò sí oore kan tí wọ́n lè ṣe fún wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀, ká gbára wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn ará ibí yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀. Èmi àti àníkù ẹ̀ ní kú. Oore Yorùbá nation ojú wa láṣẹ wọn nígbà lẹ́yìn wa. Wọn nígbà Yorùbá nation lẹ́yìn mi àti rẹ o. Kí ni nǹkan tẹ́yin náà lè ṣe tí ẹ fi support wa ní pé kẹ́ bá wa máa share ètò wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ó fẹ́ àpérò, ó fẹ́ àpérò. Àwọn tá à ń sá lọ bá ta rò pé bóyá wọ́n ń gbà yín, àwọn náà ń pa yín, àwọn náà ń pa wá, àwọn náà ń pa wá tó ń gbà wá. Báwo làwọn kan á ṣe kóra wọn jọ tó wá di àjànàkú sí wa lọ́rùn tí a lè rí nǹkan ṣe sí tá a lè sọ pé a ní ìjọba, tá a lè sọ pé a ní ìjọba ní orílẹ̀-èdè, tá a sọ pé a ní ìjọba. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ti wo nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ, ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tí Jonathan sọ. Àmọye àwọn èèyàn tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ tó ju eléyìí lọ, kí ni wọ́n rí ṣe sí? Wọn ò lè rí nǹkan kan ṣe sí. Wọn ò lè rí nǹkan kan ṣe sí. Àwa là ń gbára wa o, ó ti dójú ẹ̀ ń sìn o. Ẹ ṣeun, ṣé mọ̀ pé báyìí ni ṣókí báyìí là ń ṣe tiwa lórí ìkànnì nítorí àwọn ènìyàn wa tó wà nílé tí wọn ò ní dátà láti máa wá àwọn fọ́nrán tó gùn gbọ́rọ̀. Ṣókí báyìí ni ọbẹ̀ ogi. Ẹ bá wa share, ẹ share kó délé kó, ẹ share lọ́gbọ̀nlọ́gbọ̀n. Ẹ bá wa fi ṣalátagbà. Drop your comment to comment section. Ẹ ní fọwọ́ ẹ gbọ́mọ sí. Èmi ọmọ yín ọ̀rẹ́ yín olólùfẹ́ náà ni Àkàlàmàgbò TV show. Thank you for listening.